All right. So, let's see. Slide this here. Pause that there. And we should be good. Ooh. Oh shit. Okay. How many times can one man make the same error? Alright. Seems to happen more often with this game than any other. Okay. So, the new setup, it's a little bit harder to get the headphones to reach me, but I'll probably be okay as long as I don't move my head any. Okay. Just no, just okay. Something like that. Okay, so we were in the middle of researching archangels. I'm sorry, I seem to have made a mistake. Never mind that was stupid. Let me try that again. That's an old game file. Okay, got it this time. It's like, it took me a minute where I'm just going, that doesn't seem right. No, that doesn't seem right. What's going on? And it's like, oh yeah! Okay, this should be correct this time. Anyway, so got my new computer and tested it today, and it's awesome, but we're using the old computer for this because, well, it's not like I need the most powerful computer in the world to run a DOS game. And I still have a few kinks to work out, likely more that I'll discover in time. Hey Buster, how's it going? Alright, so I need to look at the cartographer and figure out exactly what all I was doing, because I believe I was trying to prosperity as many cities as I can. Archangel is 8 turns away. I still need to make multiple artifacts. Okay, I'm conquering this world from red. Purple is doing a better job of it. But purple is also losing cities, so maybe things balance out. And everything is wedged into research for now. Okay. Yeah. Enough prosperity and I'll have unlimited resources. Add in the inspirations, since they'll all end up trading goods eventually, and I'll be unstoppable. Of course, I really need enlightenment. If I can get my hands on enlightenment, I'll be the one with all the resources, getting more out of each city. A lot of these are troll cities. They're not actually going to produce nearly enough stuff. Really, it's the dark elven cities that are the ones I want to go for. I think I'll just conquer things systematically, though. I'm not sure if I'll... I mean, I could try to snipe the most valuable things, but then I'd end up spending a bunch of turns running and not conquering, you know? Better to conquer something at every available opportunity. should I bother giving you guys an oracle? I don't really think so. Maybe. Ow. Oh dear, I have no idea where I left off in this. Well, I hadn't prosperitied that one yet. This is the city that was entirely ruined. They've got 14 queued buildings left. I'm going to go ahead and give them an inspiration to help them rebuild. I think this city... Oh yeah, this city has been devastated. They're probably never going to recover. Okay, right. I was amassing... forces here. Oops. Forces here. Oh, right, that counts as... so you can't use roads, right, of course. Ooh, Dark Elf. Dark Elf. Troll. How unfortunate. That costs me a turn. Oh, well. More time for things to get into position. Right, since I largely removed you from this place, I can get away with smaller armies defending things. Boy, I'd hate to step into that city. That many warlocks? Oh, that's just a nightmare. That can't possibly be up to anything good. Let's see. You have an inspirations. You have an inspirations. I see, I see. I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys up here. That makes sense. Red? Oh yeah, she's terrible. Her and her unending earthquakes and all of her other annoyingness. But when we left off last time, I was taking her cities left and right, as was Purple. So she's not long for this world. I already said I'll just make a video where I'll get out the camcorder, I'll show the computer and its specs and everything. I'll do that, I don't know, tomorrow or something. I still have to make a Factorio video. I have to pull up the exact specs, and I can show you the monster of a graphics card we've got in that thing. It's enormous. It's huge. I believe both hard drives are solid state, and one of them is basically a 2 terabyte drive. Anyway, I'll go over it later. Like I said, I'll make it its own thing. Rather than, you know, a discussion about my specs being in a Master of Magic video that I have to try to point every person that asks towards. That would be a weird place to put all the information about my specs, you know. Have I been plotting against Purple? Not really against Purple. I do have an eye on him, and I try to keep my defenses high, but... I'm not really plotting against him. I don't really want it. He's been friendly to me all game. I have no reason to fight him. Like... I don't know, man. I only really go to war when I get attacked, usually. Honestly, I'm so rarely the aggressor. It's a position I find myself very uncomfortable in. Okay, that'll help that rebuild a little. Maybe that'll help you guys rebuild a little. So many rebels. So many rebels. Let's see, you guys sit there. Is it possible to end Master of Magic on a good note? Wow! We'll see how this game turns out. So far, it's been going pretty good. Although that might just be because I haven't been horribly betrayed yet. Alright, Dark Elves. Still need to get the rest of these heroes regenerating. I won't feel good until they all have that trait. Alright. I mean, they're all merging. That's pretty good. Except for these paladins. For some reason, they don't know how to dive into the ground and swim through it. You'd think that would be standard training in paladin school, but apparently not. It's a pretty good city there. You're probably gonna try to attack it, aren't you? That's probably fine. Yeah, that's usually how it ends up going at the very end. It's like, look, I'll just cast the spell of mastery, we'll be friends forever, you know, just a friendly race. It'd be like if you had the space race and Russia just decided to attack when they started losing. It's like, no. Holy shit, he has Fairy Ring. That's an exotic spell. God, on top of everything else he's got, that is... Oh my gosh, that's a lot, man. Every time he casts a big spell, he gets a free summon, causes an earthquake. Then he's got Enlightenment, massively boosting his research. I don't know, man. It's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. I've just got to conquer more cities. Probably all of them. There aren't any layers left. We can check. But he probably achieved the max number of books and retorts. I'm not sure exactly what it is. You'd have to ask Seravi what the number is. What I need is a massive amount of casting skill. I need a truly unholy level of casting skill. Once we've taken red out of the picture and there's no more earthquakes, I can focus on getting more high-end structures. Alright. Let's see, Nature's Eye, Heavenly Light, Stream of Life, Gaia's Blessing, the usual. Okay, and you guys live here now. Oh no, you're gonna take the city from me with a berserker and 2 engineers. Oh my, alright, we'll look at his stuff in a second. Sorcery this time. It's a pretty scary army. Everyone just bursts out of the ground. So he has Tactician and Guardian, which actually makes his cities really hard to take. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spell books and 3 in retorts. It's pretty good. She's got even more, though. Not that it matters, because she's on her way out. Wonder if I could take this. I think I can. I'm going to try to fly over there and just take that with these. This is enough to hold that. Ooh, that's soft. I might try to take that out using just Pegasi. 5 turns. Just 5 more turns. Yikes, man. Plus survival instinct on top of that to make those summons even more powerful. Man. Every time he casts a big spell, he gets to throw an earthquake and a summon on top of that. Yeah, no. I've always kind of wondered, like, why don't I get one of their spell books? Just one. But no, that's never been a thing. Apparently, they insist on taking all the books with them when they get banished. Man, I wish I could find a thing with, like, a bunch of great drakes in it. Oh! Really? Oh, is it the... Oh, okay. I thought Fairy Ring was your own spells. Oh, well. Point is, he gets lots of good shit. Really wonder why the sorcerer lords have to be so nice to each other all the time. It's like, after they burn some of my cities and piss me off, I'm not banishing you to limbo. I'm straight up executing you. Publicly. None of this spell of return nonsense. Okay. Nope. Okay. Excellent. There we go. Now I'm gonna need to cast more because this city here. Oh, shadow demons. Wow. And they're awfully hard to petrify. Still don't know how you petrify a ghost, but they seem to do it. Spearman, you insult me. Wow, they are hard to petrify. Made a bit of a mess of this place. Oh well. You don't need a war college. Let's start with Nature's Eye, Heavenly Light, Stream of Life, and Gaia's Blessing. Okay, so 3 of you ought to populate that. Meanwhile, over here, I think I will. Well, let's see. Whatever enchantment you had is not enough. You can try. Alright, excellent. Let's go ahead and toss down a summoning Soricle here. We'll make a quick Guardian Spirit. That town is doomed. Excellent. I've reached the point where the non-hero stacks are starting to do some of the work. Excellent. Oh, lost another city to purple, did ya? Seems to be getting worse for you. Oh yeah, you're losing cities all over the... Oh wow, you took another one from him, though. Crazy. How are you taking so many? Oh, there goes all the buildings. There's not a building left. The only thing left are the trees, with elves living up in them like squirrels. Definitely made heavy use of transmute. Everything here is adamant. Adamant and mithril and nothing else. Gold? Diamonds? Pah! Why would I want such things when I could just have multiple instances of adamant on the same city at times? That's the real way to play the game. Actually, I don't think diamonds can be transmuted anymore. Used to be coal became diamonds, which was great, but I don't think diamonds transmute at all anymore. So, you know, sadly. Let me see, it was silver to mithril, coal to diamond, maybe iron to gold. Not sure on that one. I don't think anything else was transmutable at all in the base unmodded game. They must be having a lot of fighting all over the place, considering how long their turns are. Yeah, I know, everything's broken. I get it. Just keep building. At the rate we're going, purple won't be able to do that for much longer. Let me see, it was Gaia's Blessing was the last one, right? And that'll take care of that. Alright. In great shape now. Doggone it! Ah! Beat me to it. Well, at the speed you're taking this continent, I'm just going to let it be, and I'm going to go hit this one instead. That makes the most sense to me. Curses. And that's her... That's where all of their power lies, actually. Because if we look at it, we can see It's even spreading to the other plane. Yeah, I can probably do something about that. Boy, Yellow has an insane number of units for a guy with only one city. But considering he's at peace with everyone, I guess that army is largely ceremonial. Alright, let's see if we can finish the prosperities. We're going to be wanting archangels. We're going to want a lot of things. You know, I kind of like the tower when Yellow controls it. I like the look of it more than the other colors. Still neat that it can actually show who controlled it last. That's actually amazing. In this game, I'm green. Red is my enemy, and purple practically rules the world, and that's not supposed to happen. One sec. Doggone it. Oh my gosh, it's the stupidest bug. There we go. Okay. Granary. Let's see, I need prosperity there, prosperity there, prosperity everywhere. Okay, excellent. We have a new flock at the ready. Alright, yeah, sure, you go there too. Alright. Now we're gonna hit you where it really hurts. In your seat of power. I don't know if I can take your capital necessarily, but I'll certainly try to grab everything else I can. I'm not sure if I want to knock your capital out. I mean, on the one hand, it'll mean no more earthquakes. But on the other hand, it'll make it easier for purple to take your crap. He seems like he's doing well enough already. Kinda rooting for you to knock more cities out on this side. Oh wow, you took a node. I might be able to steal that away. Ooh. Purple is definitely getting the best of this war, but it is actually striking him. Slightly? Are you kidding? What would ever give you that idea? No, I think purple may have burned a couple cities that belong to red, which is so stupid and just... Even when they're not my cities, it bugs me. Like, seriously, why? Why would you burn red cities? Why would you do it? It's free real estate. Take it. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Oh yeah, and red burned one of my cities. I still haven't forgotten that. No mercy. Even if you offer me peace, you done in that. That ain't happening anymore. Yeah. No. No, it's not. No, it's definitely not. Look at this. Purple is 1,000 times more powerful than anyone. But every time he decides to burn a city instead of claim it, he slows down his progress towards the spell of mastery. If he conquered it, he would add that research to his research. That money to his money. But when he burns it, he gets nothing. If he loses the game to the spell of mastery, because I research it first, it could very well be because he decided to burn cities when he really, really, really shouldn't. This is all about just taking everything you can get and gaining right here and now. Imagine if 4 people are running a race, and one of them decides to stop running, turn, and trip somebody else. Dick Dastardly stops to cheat. Dick Dastardly is ahead in the race, and he stops running so that he can cheat. Watch the wacky races. See how often he does that. You know, Mr. Dastardly, if instead of cheating, you just kept racing, you'd probably win. Well, then he should take it. Oh, doggone it. Well, that's just obnoxious. I'll put a couple iron skins back in. He should be trying to... Let's put it another way. He could burn every city that he touches. I would gain cities, and he would gain absolutely nothing. Definitely losing there. So that alone should prove that him burning cities in this situation is not smart for him. The only circumstance where burning cities makes sense is if there's some huge advantage to it, like there was with a certain trait that's no longer in the game, or... Let me see, I need to cast a lot of things on this. Or if you're burning this, or if it's basically a duel. Like, at this point, red isn't really a threat anymore. Actually, technically, according to the charts, red's is still ahead of me. But anyway, assuming that red did not exist, and it was just green and purple, burning cities would suddenly make sense, because the only other person isn't relevant at that point. And then it would be like, okay, every time you burn a city, you hurt the other guy. It's still better to conquer a city, because you've taken it away from the other person and gained an equivalent amount of resources when you conquer. Well, slightly less, because stuff always gets lost in transition. But, burning it just destroys it, just takes it away from them, but gives you nothing. Basically, conquering a city is twice as good as burning it. So unless you have some additional incentive... Boy, this place can make adamant war trolls. I think I'm gonna do that, actually. Boy, trolls. Trolls do not like being ruled by high men. They really don't like it. Wow. Is that the Demon Lord one? No, the Demon Lord one's gone, but there is a few Death Knights over there. Oh my gosh, he has a second city! When did that happen? How'd I miss it? You know, it almost looks like Yellow is going to participate in this and take this opportunity to grab stuff. But we know full well he's not. Alright, I needed an endurance, 2 iron skins. What else was dispelled? No, I disagree. I intensely disagree. If you can claim a city, even if you only hold it for 5 turns, that's 5 turns that you get gold, research, and mana from it, before they take it back, which forces them to fight you in their city. You have advantages when fighting in cities. Even if you don't have the Guardian Retort or Heavenly Light, it's still them attacking into you, which gives you an advantage in the combat. And really, you should never conquer a city unless you have a plan to hold it. You should always have reinforcements. I'm often on the receiving end of attacks. I often don't choose my wars. But if I choose a war, I always have a bunch of troops ready to come in. Like look what I'm doing. I take a city, I fly in Pegasi to hold the city. If I did not have a way to hold the cities, it's just bad to be at war then. War becomes strictly a negative because you have no way to profit from it. Don't do things without a profit motive, is what I'm saying. I guess call to arms makes the most sense out of that. Alright, we're gonna shift gears here. You're gonna make war trolls. Man, that's a lot. Let's see if we can fix a little bit of that. Ah, that's a little better. Alright. Next. Skill. All the skill. Okay, next. Ooh, she's got a red star. Alright, I need an endurance and a couple of iron skins. Yeah, the endurance thing is slowing me down already by a tile. Okay. This place is contested. I'm gonna keep an extra Pegasi in each city. I've got enough of them. God, that's annoying. They're gonna hit me with more dispels. There's not much I can do about that. Yeah, actually there are some strategy games where raising isn't an option. The Heroes of Might and Magic series jumps to mind. I actually kind of like what the later Civ games started doing. Basically, burning a city had huge diplomatic implications. Depending on which Civ you're playing and which mods you're playing and which expansion packs you have. But it started in... I don't know if it started in 3. I didn't like Civ 3 very much. But in Civ 4, they had... Like, if you burn a city of another civilization, that Civ will never forget that you burned a city. It will be a permanent diplomatic penalty that you can see for all time. You burned a city. You burned 3 of our cities. You burned 5 of our cities. But worse, you could burn, if you burn someone's holy city for their religion, every single civ that ever converts to that religion will remember that you burned their holy city. But this actually gets into stuff because the different religions kind of do what you have spellbooks doing now. Like, everybody who's Jewish or Christian or whatever, everyone who shares a religion gets bonuses diplomatically with the other people who share that religion. And it kind of creates natural teams, and people will change religions and stuff. And then, oh, hey, that's cool. Could have used that while I was researching the archangels, but okay. I want to see how close that brought me on the research. Okay, right. Let me see. It's you. So, but yeah, Civ, anyway, they built it into the diplomacy stuff. You could get into wars and allies and things. Like, you could be part of a religion that just hates this other religion and would want to burn their stuff because that's what you do. The mods got really crazy with the religions. As much as I love what the realism mod did, the Fall from Heaven mod really made the religions amazing. Because each religion had its own priests who had all kinds of weird magic unique to them. And they had just all kinds of stuff going on with religion. I really like how they made the tech tree wide instead of long, because it created so many different paths that were wildly different and valid. And you could just be a wizard king, or you could be got 2 people in the red circle department, or you could be just a priest king with just religion, or any number of different things. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead. I honestly don't think I need Iron Skin right now, as much as I want it. I feel like I should have it. I also want to get that Archangel in the party. They generate 12 power per turn and cost 660. Now, I would be able to summon about one every 2 turns. 12 power a turn. Huh. If I were to summon 100 of them, I would double my power. That would take 200 turns. Interesting. 200 turns. Oh, wow, I got Call to Arms. Good. Interesting. But I need to craft artifacts first. Too many spells to cast. Yeah, it's a one-time research bonus. Oh yeah, that was a thing that they did too. Yeah, except in that game it was interesting because instead of burning cities, you wanted to migrate your own units into them. You'd be like, yeah, I've captured this orc city, but you know what? Throw all the orcs out and give it to the elves. And then it would take a certain number of turns for your elves to migrate in, and the orcs would hate you because you threw them out of their city. That was actually really cool. Okay, that's better. Oh, hey, it attacked me. Cool. That'll make this easier. Excellent. Excellent. This war has been good for our heroes. Okay, let me see. We'll start with a stream of life this time. Things that remove rebels first. I don't need this. Get rid of that. Still a huge debt, but I can't sell too many buildings. Actually, you have a good point. Yeah, you could just start selling off buildings already. It's slower, but you could, if you take a city and you can't hold it for long, you could sell off buildings, which is actually another thing I like to do. If I have a city that I take that's at risk, I actually do sometimes start selling off the high-end buildings before they could retake it, but that doesn't happen often. Like I said, I don't like to conquer cities without a plan to hold them. But usually if you conquer a city that's worth having, you know, a real city, you can usually spend just a couple of turns fast producing magicians or something in that city. So that you can usually, even if you didn't have reinforcements, you can usually set up to hold a city. Even if you weren't, you know, even if you didn't come in with supply chains. But yeah, supply chains, logistics are what this is all about. Alright, so I've got to do multiple endurances. They've been losing water walking. I think I just need to give them an Archangel now. I don't know how fast an Archangel moves, but I bet its movement speed is better than 3. Doggone it. Oh no, you'd never make settlers to reduce a city's population. That's silly. Oh man, actually, that was another thing. In the base version of Civ 4, they had the slavery civic, but they didn't have the balls to really do it. They kind of wussed out on a lot of things in the base game. But you get into the mods, and they're just like, yeah, every time you kill an enemy unit, you have a chance of getting a unit of slaves. And you could just spend them to build buildings and things, or make roads, or whatever it is you want to do with them, and the slaves will die. Because, you know, you're not playing the good guys. You're an ancient civilization. You can spend your population to build buildings faster, and all kinds of terrible things. And then they added in, levies and other troops. You could basically, later in the game, you could just start drafting your civilians, turning citizens into units. Yeah, they had a lot of that kind of stuff. I actually don't think I really need any of these except the Spell of Mastery. So I guess I'll take Seismic Mastery. I'm starting to actually own nodes, so I'll probably want to cast that. Hey, a good game doesn't tell you what's good and what's bad. It just offers you choices and gives you the consequences of your actions. I really despise, like... Let me give clear examples because it makes it better than just saying things in the abstract. You ever play BioShock? It's a pretty cool game, but there's something about it that I think is incredibly stupid. And that, well, there's more than one thing, but criticizing games that I like. For some reason, the company that made it seemed to think that a moral decision, you know, something that we'd have to decide whether or not to do would be, do you murder small children for extra power? That's not a moral choice. That's not even... Are you kidding? Are you crazy? What do you think of gamers that you think that this would be a moral dilemma? But on top of that, if you spare all the children, you end up with more power anyway. At least that's my understanding. If you get an equivalent or greater amount of power by not being evil, why? 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 It's like, are you even trying? Don't mark your don't mark your good and evil as being good and evil. Just make choices. Throw moral dilemmas at the player and let them have to figure out what they're going to do and make consequences that make sense for them. So yeah. I think that was the biggest fumble with the game, in my opinion. Still, it was a lot better than Infinite. Do not get me started on Infinite. God, if I hadn't lost the endurance, I'd be able to hit this city this turn. I gotta get the Archangel. This is slowing me down. Apparently, a lot of people really, really, really liked BioShock Infinite. I do not get it. Okay, we're building up casting skill pretty fast. Did another one just fall? I think another one just fall. I think I'm conquering the cities a bit faster than Purple, but... No, wait, he just retook that one. Maybe not. Maybe he got a 2-city turn. And these guys, unfortunately, are utterly hosed by magicians, so they're not gonna... Oh, well, that's a lot of Griffin. Alright, well, let's at least get a peek. 3 heroes, 3 Gorgons. They have Dispelling Wave. That makes it expensive. I need more artifacts. And I suppose a couple more things wouldn't be bad either. I don't really want to plug that hole because I kind of want him to keep pushing units in to fight Purple. As long as Purple's busy wrestling over here, I can take more crap over here. Yeah. So it's the executives at fault. No surprise there. Unfortunately, the executives are part of the development process. So, it's still a problem with the game. Whether or not it was the people programming's fault, it was still the company that made it. Man, those things are tough. Oh, just make some paladins. Should have done that sooner. Ow. Oh, come on! Flight. Oh, looks like my reinforcements here get crush. There's no reason. They just regenerate anyway. Oh, well. I can't remember the last boss fight of BioShock. I can't even remember it. Then again, it was a while ago. Yeah, I don't know. Every developer, it's funny. You can see trends in video games where everyone jumps on the bandwagon, and for a while, moral choice was apparently a trend, but it was always just either be good or be evil. Now, Dishonored did it extremely well. Dishonored, the first Dishonored, oh man, it was genius what they did. It's all about whether or not you're an assassin. You're literally an assassin, but depending on how many people you kill and certain other things that you do, the plague in the city will actually get worse. And you know the plague is somehow connected to your powers and the outsider and all this, although you're not entirely clear how. Anyway, But yeah, just running around. If you just run around and be a villain, it does make the plague worse. But more specifically, where it was interesting was your daughter, who's going to be the new queen. The type of person you were, the type of basically the type of father that you were, influences her. And she's going to be the new queen. So if you're just running around murdering everyone like crazy, she becomes a very ruthless person. And I thought that was a really well done, thing there. I really liked that. I enjoyed Dishonored 2, but I don't think it was as good as the first one. I suppose. I mean, I don't really have a way to... Oh, let's just see if he makes it. Go, go, go! Archangel, one turn... Oh, shit, where'd I put the... Okay, good, I did move the summoning circle. Oh, hey, it survived. Amazing. And they killed the griffins. I see. There's something invisible in there. Oh, right, Fontaine. I've heard about that. I've heard about that in, wasn't that in one of the, shit. Phantasy Stars. Wasn't that one of the Phantasy Stars that did that? I actually haven't gotten to play... I tried to play the first Phantasy Star more than once. At least twice I tried to play it, and I guess I just was having a lot of trouble getting into it. I don't know. I don't have a good reason for why I never finished it. I'm gonna meld a spirit into there. I'm gonna bring the Archangel over. Oh, Fire Emblem. You just make the babies during the game and you just add them to your army. It's not even like a new generation. It's just like recruitment. It's so weird. God, let me see. There was another. I think there was another game. Yeah, not very often. I remember being shocked when I played Lufia 2, Rise the Sinistrals, and all of a sudden my characters stopped what they were doing, got married, had a child. It's like, I know that this is a prequel, and I know that this is the main character of the original Lufia, but it was so unexpected to just have my characters stop, have their, celebrate, have a kid and everything in the middle of the game. I was like, whoa, what's happening? Don't we have a whole lot more to do? They think they've won. Oh. They think they're in happy ending mode. The poor fools. They have no idea what's coming. I'll tell you, if you've never played Lufia 2, it is one of the greats. The original Lufia and the Fortress of Doom is kind of just a generic RPG. Like, it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing really terrible or great to say about it. It just is. The ending is good. Boy, this poor city. But Lufia 2, oh man. It is amazing. Well, at least I'm building buildings faster than they can earthquake them away. Well, somebody else's problem. Whose problem? Our kids. Leave it to them. They'll figure it out. We'll teach them to be smart. Sure that's an archangel? It looks more like a winged mummy. With some glitter on him. Oh well. 4. Okay, well, whatever. If you want to use if they're gonna dispel my endurances, this'll get me by. Let me see. Alright, well, first things first. Guardian Spirit. Alright, now I need to cast the usual spells. Once we won't get that Gaia's Blessing on, the riot won't be nearly as bad. Does this city have adamant near it? Is that adamant underneath all the sparkles? I think it is. I think that's adamant. I might make this city also make some units. Oh, I wish you hadn't spawned there. Wow, it gave me a Doom Bat! I wish I could hold that and use it in a later fight. Seems like a real shame to waste a whole Doom Bat on this rabble. Alright, get in there. It's a pretty good city. I guess it should get the extra. Alright, we're gonna hit this one next. Man, this is 50 power a turn from this city. And some research. Not much, but, you know, I'll take it. That's a lot of power. Plus the amplifying tower. Wait, there's no amplifying tower. Oh, okay, not this one. Previous one had the amplifying tower, though. I'm just gonna hide you over here so you don't get attacked. Alright, next flock. Go, go, go! Did you lose another city? I don't think so. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes so close together. I have got to conquer that. I wish there were more layers, man. My heroes, I could make them so much stronger, but I'm discovering I don't have a reason to make them any stronger because there's nothing for them to do. Except attack the capital, for which they'll need a bit more stuff before I do that. Just getting Lionheart, Regenerate, and Merging on everyone is such a big deal, though. When I have that trifecta. I don't know if I'm gonna go for it yet. I feel like I probably would be a mistake. one of those kinda, do I feel like risking losing everything? The answer is usually yes, I feel like losing everything, let's do this. But maybe I'll actually do something that makes sense this time. Alright. Alright, let's see. Oh wow, excellent, they made it. Alright. And thanks to the Archangel, we can actually reach the next city and... Oh, what's this? My guardian spirit? Oh. Well, now that's just dumb. Whoops. That's not who I meant to send there. Oh well. Why are your Gorgons always flying? How do you have flight? You only have one blue book. Well, I mean, with 24 resistance, you're probably pretty good. Love that holy bonus, too. Wish I had high prayer and true light. Sorry, supreme light, high prayer, the things I really want to cast, I can't cast. I guess you could try to fight, I don't know. That thing's pretty tough. Ow. Fix. Yeah, good enough. Did you have to break the sawmill while you were there? Oh well. Another city full of rebels. Alright, that one does not have adamant. That one does not need things like a war college or an armorer's guild. Yeah. Boy, that's a lot of rebels there as well. Maybe we'll slightly decrease it. Slightly. Lest we lose cities to random rebellions. Alright. Rebel problems under control now. Very good. Oh, doggone it, is that my capital now? Haven't you done enough? Ooh. Magicians really do make this tough. Boy, I sure would like to have an Archangel in every city. Oops. That's not right at all. You should be casting web. Alright. For my next buff... Oh! That wasn't very nice. Strike him away. Right. Does no one have arrows left? This city might have problems. It'll win this one. Hadriex call to wreck the walls. Yes, yes. Ow! Just swoop down and slice them with your adamant swords. They have clubs. How are they winning? Oh, right, I forgot to make the new guardian spirit. It's alright, we'll fix that. It's funny, when she leveled, one of my heroes got leveled up prayer master, and my thought was, but our resistance is so high it doesn't matter already. Like, once you get your resistance past a certain point, it just doesn't do anything anymore. It's just like, no, you can't, nothing works, go away. Yeah. I just tested it earlier today. It's great. I gotta get more things set up, but this Saturday should be the first real stream with it. But the test stream went awesome. Everything, like 2 games that gave my old computer all kinds of trouble, it ran perfectly. Which is hilarious, because one of them is Puzzle Agent, which really looks like it could have been made in Macromedia Flash. What's this? Guy's Blessing. Oh, yeah, sure, I could give you Guy's Blessing, but, you have to offer me something worth having. Come on. Blizzard against a bunch of troll lords? Get out of here. I have so many. I have too many. Boy, if childhood me could hear adult me say I have too many games, he'd completely lose his mind. Sort of rant on the general progression and priorities in general for this game on these settings. On these settings is a very interesting... It's a very interesting way of putting it. Okay, they're all fully healed because of the stream of life. No! Oh, curses! No, I conquered that fair and square. Oh, well. I'll just have to wait and see if red gives me an opportunity to reclaim that. Wow, some of us have been fully disenchanted. Alright, we're gonna go up to that corner next. Okay. A rant on the general progression. The progression of the mod? Because it was really impressive when I first found out about it, and it's been progressing, just adding in no end of cool shit all this time. No, that's not what you're asking. I think you're asking the state of the game as it stands right now? Let me go ahead and get some... Oh. Yeah, okay, do that. Let's see. Good. Hi there. I know, the early game is... Hold on, I'm in battle. Sorry. This is the same city again. Let's see, yeah, the magicians are the real danger still. From what I saw last time, the war mammoths hit hard. Destiny? Isn't that Bungie game that you're supposed to spend about 1,000 million hours playing? Isn't it a first-person shooter, right? I think the Assassin's Creed games actually have endings. Alright. Guards! Oh dear. I would never have the time to do more than like a first impressions of it. I'm serious, man. I would be much better off just borrowing it from a friend if I wanted to, you know. Cause yeah, that's the kind of game I believe you could play it every day for like hours a day to really get somewhere in it. If I play one of that style of game, it's far more likely that it would be Borderlands that I'd get into. Although that might just be because Tales from the Borderlands was so freaking good. I haven't played much from Telltale, but if Tales from the Borderlands was anything to judge by, they must have been really awesome at what they made. Oh, they got inside. Well, that's not good. The only one that had an arrow, and oh wait, no, there's two that had arrows. Okay. Okay. Okay, so, right, so in the early game, it's interesting because there's a really good progression in just how the game goes. It has, I'm gonna call them different stages. The early game, all you have are the common spells. And so, there's actually a lot of different strategies you can do. He also removed, two of the buildings until a certain number of turns have passed, so you can no longer rush Doomdrakes, which was a particularly potent strategy. You can no longer just rush out late-game units right off the bat. So the early game, a lot of it is about getting settlers and just claiming a bunch of territory. There's specific strategies. I really like sprites. Just summoning a bunch of sprites early on. I love that. It's a pretty good argument to take a couple of spellbooks in nature to get sprites. Another great strat is a little bit of chaos to get Flame Blade on any archer unit. Anything that shoots arrows. Might be particularly good with nomads in that regard, but if you can actually get adamant on your bowmen and then Flame Blade, oh man. Just imagining elven longbowmen like that, they would just be a demon from hell. So early game, I mean, there's not really a nice clean end point, but I'd say mid-game starts when everyone starts building magicians, because all of a sudden archers and slingers and horse bowmen and all those things stop working because magicians are immune to arrows. Once everyone can start building up magicians and filling their cities with them, the early game's kind of over, and that's about the point when the later game units start showing up, because you can finally build fantastic stables and armorers guilds, so you start getting your paladins and your stag beetles and stuff out. Mid-game has... there's usually I try to go for a solid early, mid, and late game strategy in any build that I make. There is actually a weird exception. If I'm playing Death as a conjurer, I can get out really early Shadow Demons. Shadow Demons are strong enough to be a mid-game strategy, but you can pull them off fairly early. If you've got anything you can put out faster, like Slingers or something, as a super early strategy, and then you just transition into Shadow Demons, that can carry you into the late game. They're that good. There's a handful of different mid-game strategies, depending on if you want to build around a unit like, well, I mentioned Doomdrakes. Any of the strong units you wanted to build around with things like Warlord backing them. Actually, if you're going for a Warlord build, I would recommend enough nature to get a hold of Transmute, so you can have Mithril and Adamant for your units. Now, late game, I'm not as good at the late game. I'm actually kind of terrible at it. Honestly, I think the most reliable late game strategies are the ones that are focused around summoning. You could just be, because no matter what you do, there's going to be a ton of different stuff going on in the late game. You're going to have strong ground units. You're going to have powerful spells, and depending on what you're in, actually, life is probably the best if you want to go natural units. If you want to go Doomdrakes, Paladins, Golems, anything that's not a summon, you're probably in life, so that you can get the really good enchant creatures and the really good globals, like Crusade. There's a really interesting combination with nature and chaos, where you end up making all of your units chaos creatures, and then you have survival instinct from nature, which makes all unnatural, all summons, anything that's not a natural creature gets a big buff, and that's every single thing you make. It's pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of little things. But I think, and I've been trying to make a solid hero build. This is my latest attempt at making an ultimate heroes build, and it's working out the best. But part of that might have been that I wasn't pressured so hard during the early game, thanks to having an ally who turned out to be kind of a demon from hell that's conquering the universe. Why is there a red city there? I need to do something about that. Not wraiths. No, do not use wraiths. My opinion is that the Wraith is... I don't want to say the Wraith is an overpriced unit, but it doesn't look that hot next to a Shadow Demon. I'm sorry, Shadow Demons regenerate. If you have 9 Shadow Demons and they kill 8 Shadow Demons and you win the fight, all the Shadow Demons are still alive. Like, you didn't lose a single unit. They shoot, they fly... They're incorporeal, so they can't be webbed. They're actually immune to web. And they can cross planes in the late game. By the time they can do that, it won't matter. But hey, that's another thing they can do on top of everything else. They're just really excellent. I would just go Shadow Demons and then transition into Demon Lords. Pure Death. If you go 100% death, they're the full package. Your early game is going to be ghouls, and then into Shadow Demons. Then you go into Demon Lords late game, which might be my favorite summon, because they have no casting, they have no maintenance cost, they literally give you power. And they shoot, and they summon demons, and they fly, And they're actually really good at melee, too. Like, Demon Lords are just ridiculous. They do everything. They're amazing. So, yeah. And, I mean, there could be a lot of debate on what the best race for a death player would be, but I would just say go halfling. Slingers are good. Slingers are good for attacking. Slingers are good for defending cities. They get along with everyone, no matter who you conquer. You won't have too many rebels, so you can still get plenty of tax money from all the cities you occupy, on top of the skeletons, which are amazing at increasing your taxability of the people you conquer. And they give you a research bonus, which helps you get the more powerful death spells faster, because death really is a full package. There is nothing that death can't do. Okay, that's not true. Death cannot counter spells. Sorcery is like the ultimate late game school. They have the best late game, by far. But I would say that Death has a pretty awesome late game. UFO Aftermath and Aftershock. An older remake. I haven't heard about that one. No, Shadow Demons do not create more undead. Wraiths can, but Ghouls can, but Shadow Demons will never make more undead. That's just not something they do. Sorry, they do everything but that. However, if you run Zombie Mastery, which is in Death, every single time you kill a unit, you get a zombie. When zombies kill things, those things come back as undead. So, yeah, that'll pretty much get it right there. Shadow Demons and Zombie Mastery. Which, is, you know, if you're playing Death, you're gonna cast Zombie Mastery. I mean, you're gonna do it every time. It would be crazy for you not to. I can't believe you took that from me. Grr. No, not Death Knights. I don't like Death Knights. Death Knights are cheaper. I think they're faster. And there are certain situations where Death Knights are better. But they're fragile, and they're just not as good, frankly. Death Knights, you might find yourself using Death Knights to kill Skydrakes, and I'm specifically naming Skydrakes. I think there might be a couple of other scenarios where you'd rather have Death Knights. They are less expensive to summon, but they have a maintenance cost. The Demon Lord literally gives you more power and costs nothing to maintain. So, yeah, why would you want anything else? Plus, the Demon Lords are ranged and they're summoning and they're just amazing. So, you know, yeah. It's funny that I keep this Paladin still. His holy bonus is no longer even relevant. I suppose I could ditch him somewhere. Oh, I saw pain. Oh wow, Sir Harold. You are hurting. It's because we're losing all of our buffs. We're losing our iron skins and everything else. Hey, Death is good stuff. Actually, any school of magic, if you just take max books, will give you good stuff. I think that Death is the best school of magic, personally. I think it's the easiest to play. It gives you so much. Life would be the second easiest to play. The problem is there's a lot of things Life can't do. But what Life does do, it does extremely well. Your buffs will be second to none. Unfortunately, sorcerers kind of rain on that parade. You've got great globals. You've got great buffs on your cities. You can resurrect your heroes and summon the most powerful hero in the game. Wish I had that particular spell, but I didn't get that one. Hold up. I need... I do not like Chaos. Chaos has some good stuff in it, but I do not like Chaos because too much of it is about just messing the other guy up. Too much of it is I'm just going to destroy the world. Like, seriously. Corruption and Volcano. Okay, I spent my turn messing up one of your tiles. Armageddon, Meteor Storm, and the Great Wasting. 3 of your ultimate spells are just... I'm gonna screw over the entire world and everyone hates me because I cast these spells. Seriously, if you cast any of those 3 spells, everyone in the game is gonna want to declare war on you. Like, they're good, they're powerful, but it's suicide. So I don't like Chaos very much. Back in the original game, when they held a monopoly on the attack spells, I liked them more. Because Sonic Blast and Ice Bolt were both kind of putsy. But now, with so many attack spells in other schools of magic, it's not such a big deal. I mean, even Life can cast damaging spells. Admittedly only on summons, but still. Starfires can hit any summon now. So, I mean... yeah. Sorcery has got, as I mentioned, the strongest late game. But if you really want to know how to play the game, don't listen to any of my advice. Watch Seravi's Let's Plays. Any of Seravi's Let's Plays of Master of Magic. He will show you how it's done. I'll just give you my opinions on things. Yeah, he does. Oh yeah, nature. If you go mono nature, it's actually really, really good also. They have sprites, which I've already mentioned, web, which is in my opinion the best combat spell in the game. Still. It's so good. Nature's mid-game is a little wishy-washy if you pure nature. I mean, you know, they've got a bunch of stuff to do, like change terrain, which I never actually get to cast, but I love to pieces. It's like my favorite thing. I just never have mana to use it. Never have turns to use it with. And transmute, which can get you adamant. But, you know, their mid-game is so-so, but their late game is insane. They have Great Worms, Colossi, and Behemoths, all of which are good summons. Good endgame summons. The Colossus being by far my personal favorite. It's immune to so many things. It's got a powerful ranged attack, and it's a really good melee unit. Then they have specifically Entangle and Call Lightning. Those 2 spells don't sound like much until you see them in action. Entangle says everybody on this battlefield that's your enemy moves very slowly. In fact, if they don't have a movement of at least 2, they don't get turns anymore. They're just stuck. So all the enemy is now moving incredibly slowly. Call Lightning makes it rain lightning bolts every single turn. Just, it's raining lightning bolts on your enemies, and they're moving incredibly slowly. That combo will just win. Fight after fight after fight, without you even having to do anything else. It's so ridiculous. So, endgame nature is good. Really good. Let's see. I seriously doubt that purple is gonna topple this. I could knock out his new hero. Alright. So many cities to take. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, looks like that city is hatched. It is ripe for the plucking. Of course, this will stretch my resources thinner, but he has nothing in the area, so... Is that yellow? You're bringing a bunch of settlers in from the Arcanus plane? Okay. Hey, if that's what you want to do. Death and Chaos, that Nature's Wrath thing, is in the original Master of Magic, but in Cerevi's mod, that's no longer a thing. But that was a really good thing. Actually, I hated it. I hated Nature's Wrath. It was a stupid spell that punished people for playing specific colors. I didn't like the spells that would punish a specific... I just didn't like anything that punished a specific build. There were a bunch of them. That's because that kind of stuff was common in Magic the Gathering, which this game was loosely based on. Uh-oh. Well, you're dead. I was gonna make another catapult. You forgot Great Drakes, the only Chaos ultimate summon, and possibly the worst, very rare summon in the game. It's funny, because Great Drakes have the best stats in the game, and they just kind of suck. Oh, you broke the smith. Why would you go and do a thing like that? Oh, another city I have to cast all the spells on. Okay. That city's gonna need more defenses. Shit, what have I done? I've got no place to put that. I meant Gaia's Blessing! Alas. Alright. There. Defenses will be thin on that continent. But that's because I need more forces to go this way. I'm actually slowly running lower and lower on resources, but it's slow enough that I don't need to worry too much. Boy, I sure hope that Red retakes that so I can take it back. Yep, they have web. There's also Jin and Afreet. I don't... Are those very rare or rare? I'm not sure. Let me guess. Was it Merlin again? I bet it was Merlin who just said all of my units have 25% more hit points. What can I say? Life has the best global enchantments. Wow. Aren't you OP enough? certainly be nice for my heroes. I might end up leaving that paladin somewhere to defend a city because I won't have any more Pegasi to do it. We don't produce them quickly enough. Nope. Just gonna keep wrecking my cities. It's amazing it can still afford to cast so many of those, considering how much of their stuff I've ruined. Gonna make a quick war troll here. Yeah, sure, do that. Now. Hurry! A stone giant, how exotic! It's a pretty good summon. I never actually made one. I had the summon, I had the recipe for them all game. Of buildings that time. So he's still holding 2 cities there, okay. Let's see. Start with the rebuilding. And let's see if we can stop with the starvation. Ah, that's much better. In. Patrol. Oh my. Yep, I made the right choice. That continent fell quick. Wow, this continent's falling quick too. Red is almost done. Ooh. Last time we looked, red was still up ahead of me. Oh my gosh, look at purple. That's ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Yeah, the problem is that the archangels take 2 turns to cast. I've actually spent every turn casting spells on the cities as I take them. Like, literally, I take a city and then I spend the turn casting spells to buff the city. It's a really good cocktail of spells. The cities, when I take them, they're actually at negative population growth because there's so many rebels. I'd actually be losing population every turn. When I finish with the whole set, the city is producing more magic power, more research. Because the rebels go away largely, it's making a ton more money. The population is growing again, and it has various production and defensive bonuses. So, I mean, it's really, really good. It helps me keep the city and makes the city actually an asset. And if I summon an archangel, I won't be able to buff cities for a couple of turns, and it'll just kind of slow everything down. And I'd need to have multiple archangels to actually take cities. So, you know. Yeah. I want to make archangels. Badly. But yeah. We're kind of busy. I would love to do a lot of things, especially change terrain and transmute and stuff like that, but I just don't have the don't have the casting skill to do those things. Oh wow, was this one smashed up? How are you still casting earthquakes? Considering all that I've done to you, I think you should have other things on your mind. Oh, was this one also? Okay, there we go. Well, not quite able to get there. Alright, I'm going to leave the paladin behind. Darn it. Well, there are still three cities to claim here. The nodes have already fallen as well. How unfortunate. Alright, well, we'll keep trying. Go. Probably won't need many more of that. That's still holding. Looks like you have... Yeah, okay. See if I get all three of these. Probably won't get all of them. With what I got left, I can go back to the prosperity game. I've almost got all the cities on this plane. Hooray! I think that's the only one that still needs it. Yeah, she's just flinging earthquakes randomly every which way. So I still want to artifact up my heroes. But with no valid targets for them, I think I'll focus on archangels. I wonder who has a higher population at this point. If I snag enlightenment from him, and then I use a bunch of change terrain rapidly, I might be able... I don't know. Lots of buildings wrecked, I know. I sure hope she's doing the same thing to the other guy, and not just targeting me exclusively. Also, my ally hasn't given me any money, despite the fact that he's at war with the same person I am, and I've been taking cities from them like every day. Is he really my bestest friend? Or is he only pretending? It'll actually be time to stop producing these soon. Oh, wow! That's an invasion force there. No wonder all the nodes and cities are falling. Still 3 nodes I might be able to get. Did I say 3? I meant 2. Holy crap, they're falling fast. Can I put endurance on an archangel? Let's find out. I should have done that a long time ago. Wow, okay. Alright. Looks like you need a road tile there. Hi, how's it going, Keith? Alright. You're targeting me with things? Seriously? With purple looking like that? You're targeting my cities? You're out of your mind. You're crazy. You should be begging me for peace every turn and trying to beg me to turn against purple. You could almost make an argument for it. But you won't. And I wouldn't forgive you anyway. Yeah, no, now that I think about it, I actually am really surprised. Purple never gave me anything for this war. Huh. I probably should be, but I'm not. It's super easy to find, though. You can find Master of Magic on GOG.com. I don't know what they charge for it. I bought the game way back when it was new in stores. But, yeah. So you can pick the game up on GOG for probably dirt cheap. It's probably really cheap. You'll want, at the very least, the insecticide patch. But this particular mod I'm playing is Caster of Magic, made by CeraVe. If you type Caster of Magic into Google, you'll find a link to it before too long. You have to get it off of his site. Yeah. If you have any problems, just leave a comment and I'll, help you out. These last few levels if we can. Watch as the last few spells are dispelled. Alright. Yeah. There was another patch called Raid that was another anti-bug patch. I don't remember the details anymore. Other than thinking the name was kind of cool. Yay! +1 might. Alright, another city that needs its set of spells. Alright, so there is one more target here. Let's see. Looks like this is the last city holding there. And then there's one city down here with 2 nodes. Well. So I'm gonna snag that city. Then we'll see if we can get these nodes. Then we'll see what's left. I also want to hit this, which is in the same general area. How is that? Oh, you were researching seismic mastery, not plane shift. Oh, okay. You got good stuff, man. But I'm afraid to give you life force. I'm afraid to give you life force. Alright. Alright. This is gonna be a bit of a problem, though, because I've got no units to hold anything with now. Nah, I don't care for Altar of Battle much. It would give 1 level to the units coming out of a city. Ah. Let's see. All right. What's the difference? Let's see. Oh, okay, so, hold on a second, well... Oh, come on. 1 second. And then I'll talk about the different enchantments. Hell no! Okay, so, to answer your question. So, Life Force... Life Force is a spell that makes every single citizen produce power. So every single person gives me a point of power. Whereas Charm of Life, which is the symbol with the baby, gives all of your military units extra hit points. It just makes all of your units have more hit points. Enlightenment makes all of your citizens produce spell research, so it's pretty good too. Oh, yes, there we go. Reinforcements. And that city has fallen. Well, so much for that plan. Alright, then. So, let's claim ourselves some nodes. Or not. They're already all fallen as well. Okay, then. I could try to get into that city if I ever find a way in. Hey, Merle. Plane shift? Oh, see, this is a more reasonable set. There you go. Alright. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and use plane shift. Where is it? Where is plane shift? There it is. Yeah, there's nothing else here that I'll be able to get, so... Might as well try to take this and this. Alright. Interesting, you still hold a thing there, do you? Well, I'm gonna rush these units down here and see if I can take that. Okay. Just try to get the rest of our enchant cities in play. Okay. So, once I finish her off, I won't have to deal with these constant earthquakes, and I can get with the rebuilding. Yes, those are the two really good spells that I have that he does not. Kinda, yeah. You don't have to worry about spelling. I've always been under the opinion that language exists to facilitate communication. Language exists to serve us. We do not exist to serve language. Spelling is important only in so much as people can understand it. He might. I'm more concerned about the spell of mastery and how out of control his research is. I'm seriously considering trading life force for enlightenment. But I think he has more cities. I think we head for the spell of mastery now. So what are you guys up to? I guess you guys are flying over here as well. It's probably going to be gone by the time you get there, but you can at least check. Alright. The only thing that hadn't fallen already. Okay, so we can't use web on them because they're ethereal. What can you do? Exorcism might actually work. Nope, it did not. Alright, throw down a prayer. I think that yellow has been planting cities everywhere there wasn't, there was an available slot, but I'll look into that last. Elemental armor. I don't like it. Wow, we got nothing out of that. Okay, fine, whatever. Keep that casting skill building up. This generally angers people when I do this, but man, I'd like to have that added power. It shouldn't anger him if I'm not targeting him with it, but it will inexplicably. Oh, really? Oh, okay. God, I would have researched and cast that like ages ago. Like literally ages and ages ago if I thought I could get away with it. Alright, then I am immediately going to cast that. Holy crap. That'll be... It won't be a massive benefit, but it'll be something. Red has straight up been wiped off the map at this point. Ah, if only those Death Knights had been guarding the secret of enlightenment. Alas, they were not monks sitting atop mountains. They were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Pity. Oop. Whoa. I mean, I would love invisibility in artifact form. Why are you insisting on that? Stop it. There we go. Okay. Alright. Just for the spell power of it. Alright, go, go, go! We have a shot at this. I think we'll get it, too. 2 turns. Amazingly, this one still hasn't fallen either. I could just summon a stone giant or something to guard it if I can actually take it. I could actually surround it in Pegasi, completely enfold it, and then purple couldn't attack it. Until I get there. Of course, this city is way the hell out of the way. I should take their capital first if I can. Still a risk, but at least we've gained some levels. I suppose I'll have to put all the enchant creatures onto my team. Their Sage will start with a dispelling wave, eliminating most of them, but at least that'll take his turn up. Or I could wrap his capital in Pegasi. Then I could take as long as I want building up my heroes. Do you think Red knows anything worth trading for? If I take this city and then that city in that order, I could get as many as 4 spells off of her. If she has that many. Darn it. It's the eternal thing. I'm never allowed to finish that road. Oh, right. Endurance. I take it. Hey, Alex. Well. This is awkward. The Earth just got up and had a fist fight. YouTube is really persnickety about people putting links in chat, but go ahead. I'll give you the link because YouTube can't do shit if I want to post a link. I'm the person who owns this stream. Ha ha ha. Just give me a second. And the Earth was eaten by bears. an interesting end. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we want that to finish. Oh, what will even defend this city? Why, a magician, of course. Of course, of course. Somebody's been disjunctioning, I see. Alright, let's see. 1 second. Sounded like Plane Shift and Blizzard to me, but I can't see anything right now. Let's see. There you go. This'll take you to his channel. Boop. Alright. So. Boy, I hate attacking a capital. I've lost so many times attacking a capital. I'll need a half-dozen turns casting enchant creature. Then I'll want to make a couple artifacts. But if I sit around and wait all day, I'll probably miss my opportunity, and possibly even miss my opportunity to get new spells. Whereas he might get free spells. Ugh. I suppose I could try to grab a flock of Pegasi to hit him with, but no. They just all die without doing any damage. Oh, there it is again. It's more of a DOSBox bug than a Master of Magic bug. I think. Another amp tower, please. And another amp tower, please. Alright. Huzzah! Ugh. Warlocks. Well, I can't do that. Oh my gosh, there are 2 cities here. Okay. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this, and then we're just gonna kind of wall this stuff off. Ooh. Yeah, we gotta get our heroes over here. We'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, let's see. First of all, we need Heavenly Light. Stream of Life. Guy's Blessing. The Eyeball Spell. Alright, we need to hit that next. You're not gonna move, are you? It's always that way. Alright. The ever-increasing maintenance cost of my empire. Yikes. The rate at which purple is accelerating in power, he is just completely outrageous. All he needs is Crusade to just about finish it off here. Ugh. With both Tactician and Guardian and having life magic, his cities are going to be unassailable. I think I'll try to rush produce buildings like crazy next. Probably finish the prosperities, do the inspirations, and then archangels. At some point I need to push research. I mean, I don't mind, just don't trade it to the other guy, would you? I wish that was an option. I could say, hey, don't trade this to anyone. Alright. Animist's Guild and a cathedral for you. Alright. At this point, we have such an abundance of cash. Okay, good, good, good. What else? Plane shift, that's what's next. Still as tough as ever. And you're just kind of walking around, not actually hitting it. Well, let's see. See, in that situation... Those seem particularly important. All spells. Well... We'll begin with elemental armor for all. You guys can just sit there for the time being. 31 turns, is it? And if I did this, it would become 109, alright? Well, that might happen. I doubt you can afford to continue earthquaking my cities at this point. I'm going to start rebuilding them. Okay. The rush of production. Oh, doggone it, you're still doing them. How? You are so broke. How are you still doing that? Oh my gosh. You know, you could be summoning gorgons or something. You know, you could, right? Just maybe. Just maybe. I wonder what Tlaloc could really do from this position. You could still possibly disjunction something. That could be annoying. Well, no matter. safely ignore him? I can't remember if it was ruthless or chaotic anymore. I should check. Okay. Good. More cash. Another amplifying tower. I get so much income I could build one of those every day. Yeah, let's get a Merchants Guild in. Okay. Gotta keep an eye on those cities, keep them safe. I'm protecting your cities, and you're earthquaking mine. That's okay, I'm not protecting them out of any altruistic motives. Oh, hey, you kept yours. Alright. Alright, Sir Harold and what's his name? Mortu need those next. Purple's still not willing to make an attempt. Cool. So many more to cast. I could be prospering and inspirationing my empire, but actually I'd probably better destroy her. Yeah, it's probably better I destroy her so the earthquakes stop. Turn shouldn't be so long. There's like nothing left for you guys to do. You've done all your fighting. The war is effectively over. The cleanup is effectively over. All that's left is your capital. In this tiny corner in the middle of nowhere. I might be rushing a little too many buildings at once. That's probably fine. We can probably maintain our current spending for another dozen turns. Then we'll be in trouble. Boy, every turn there's some mercenaries that think they can join me. Excellent. Good, good. Miners Guild. Another Coliseum. Wow. Less than 1,000 gold now. Ooh. Almost nothing left. Let's see, got you. Oh, right, I got everyone except for Mortu and Sir Harold. That's where we were. Okay, that's fine. I have no reason to use Bless in this encounter. Do I? I mean, I guess she could throw a lightning bolt at me, but we've already got elemental armor for that, for what that's worth. Looks like everyone had their endurance taken away. Whoop, except for you. I'll admit, I forgot about this paladin. I think you guys should go pick him up. He's probably been lonely. Okay. So we got our endurances. Let's get our holy weapons. Actually, I'll put an elemental armor on you. Then we'll holy weapon them. Then we'll holy armor them. Then we'll lionheart them. Then we'll invulnerability them. Then they can step into a dispelling wave. Whee! Heroes are pretty good. I haven't even gotten there, crafted the stuff I had built this whole build to do. Somehow, I've never had the chance. Somehow I got into the late game, and then it got later and later. Sounds like you're describing speedruns. There's a channel that just does the history of, and then different games and the speedrunning stuff. And the different strategies and things that changed everything. The Mario 64 one is particularly entertaining. And Mario 64 any percent speedruns are just plain stupid. And terrifying. I really need to go to bed. I'm expected to go to work early again tomorrow. Or later today, depending on how you look at time. I can have 5 hours of sleep. If I lay down now. But her capital is right there! You should have been begging for that ages ago. No, I'm not really forgiving you, but if it'll cease, a temporary cessation of hostilities suits me. Okay. Excellent. You two are still at war. Survival instinct. Oh, that's lovely. A seismic mastery. An incredibly foolish trait. Wow, you have spells that I want, and I do not have spells that you want somehow. That's incredible. Alright. Let's see, right, the holy weapons. Yeah, this will be my last turn for tonight. Oh, really? Somebody actually kept theirs. Whoops, that's holy armor. Okay, okay. Let's see. You. And another one. The Archangel doesn't matter in that regard. Defensive abilities, yes. But, no reason to, put offensive abilities on it. It has no business being in melee unless the enemy unit is particularly soft-looking. No matter how good the Dispelling Wave, some of this is still going to be applicable. Some of these won't be blown away. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's definitely something invisible in there. So those two should be able to take care of that. Now you just need the Lion Hearts and the Invulnerabilities. And gotta track who needs what. There's nothing else I really want here. Man, have I boosted that casting skill, though. Okay. So, Survival Instinct would make my Archangels a little bit better. It's you know, it's worth casting, I guess. God, I want Enlightenment, though. Let's do one, quick look over of things. Good grief. It's just ridiculous. Somehow I have more spell. Oh, right, that's because of the one spell. Life Force. I have 31 cities. He has way more. Now, trading him Enlightenment for Life Force would be a bad idea. As much as I want the added research speed, it would be a terribly, terrible idea. Now, 313 turns. Or 104? I could have sworn it was less than that a minute ago. Oh well. So, things that I think I still need to do. Obviously, we're going to finish buffing our guys. And presumably we're going to make an attempt on this, which may or may not cost me everything of value that I have. Joy. After that, let me see. And we've got the two cities in the corner. I'm a little bit torn. Part of me really wants to do what I did all of this for and make those ultimate artifacts for this build. But with absolutely nothing to target with my heroes once red is cracked, I feel it would be much better to just start putting an Archangel in every city. Interestingly, I think he could easily deal with my Archangels. If he wanted to attack me, he could easily murder them. He's got so many more nodes than me. Ugh. Anyway. Might be placing places I could wedge settlers in, but as soon as I make a settler, by the time it gets to where I want it, the place will already be settled. That's what always happens. No, move. So. And there's all kinds of settlers wandering around the lands looking already. They would like to get in a few engineers, but none of these guys make engineers. Well, we'll see how it goes next time. Until then and every time, this is Hadriex. Come on. Oops. Wrong keyboard. This is Hadriex signing off. Bye.